Hello, welcome to my home planet, Planet Aurora. Today I'd like to take you on a short tour of my studio, my home planet. So bear with me while I walk off camera. All right, excellent. First up, I show you this often, but here it is in close-up. This is a Flying Rainbow Lasagna. We're going to get it moving here. This one in particular is created with a wire armature and tons of very fine aluminum and steel wire woven throughout it, and then covered with enamel. I brought this to a math and art conference, the Bridges Math Art Conference, as I also did a copy of this painting. So this painting is 48 by 48. None of my artwork is computer generated. All of this is drawn by hand using simple tools such as a circle template and protractor and ruler. Interestingly enough, none of my paintings contain straight lines. All of these are made up entirely of circles. And you can also see that the way that it's painted, there's a very shiny texture, and I don't overpaint. So I create my own paints. I mix the base from a formula of 3 different media and then add separate pigments in order to achieve these extremely bright colors. Here's another painting. I'm going to zoom in on some of these figures because I'm always talking about the human energy centers. I'm always talking about the chakras and, of course, the basic shape of the chakras. So here's an excellent example for me to show you. Bam! Toroid donut. Here's the bottom of the donut. Here's the top of the donut. And then this lovely area around the side here would be considered the delicious cakey middle that would rotate around in this direction. You can also see more clearly. Here is the 12-inch circle. Here is the 6-inch circle. Here is the 4-inch circle, the 3-inch circle, the 2.7-inch circle, the 2-inch circle, the 1.7-inch circle. And you can also see pretty clearly this apparatus up here. That's the crown chakra, which of course has been interpreted as a halo, and that these formations here, these non-physical energy formations, have been interpreted as wings, angelic beings. But one of the main premises I want to get across is that this is not merely something for an angelic creature from another realm, that this is the potential for humanity, that in changing and morphing one's physical field, one is able to achieve the potential of these non-physical higher faculties. I'm going to switch it on over here so you can see. This is another Flying Rainbow Lasagna sculpture that I created. This one is made of more traditional materials, a wire armature covered with plaster and painted. There you go. Here's another painting that I want to show you over here. Excellent. This is another 48 by 48 inch piece. Over here you can see this motif that I use all the time. This is a Mobius transformation, but that is not where this comes from. For me, it comes from the vision of the Flying Rainbow Lasagna. You can see here's this motif, these 4-lobed shapes. That comes from the shape of the chakras. Shape of the chakras, let me show you what I'm talking about. Right over here. Whoops, let's make it so you can see it better. Right over here, these energy centers, as they line up along the spine, create these nested vortexes that are the shape of chakras on your body. This larger form right here is the shape of the physical chakra. And while I'm showing you this, let's show you, this is my current work. Here you go, do a little close-up action coming along on my studio. Here, this is my current work. You can see that white areas are unpainted, but you can see the texture that we've got going on over there. And this is a matrix of many of these physical, characteristic, non-physical / physical human forms that are presented within the larger energy matrix. So what I showed you before was a study for this painting right here. Moving right along to some of these other pieces. This one right here, which is based upon the Mobius transformation and also Apollonian circle packing. These are all mathematical concepts that I did not approach in terms of being a mathematician. I approached them in terms of exploring this visual language of color, line, shape, and form. Just trying to hold this camera a little bit more steady. So when I zoom in here, you can see this area over here That is more of those beautiful nested chakras, the beautiful toroid donuts. All of these are calibrated. All of these paintings are calibrated so that when you see a violet circle anywhere in that painting, a 1.7-inch circle will be a violet circle. Let's see if I have one more interesting thing to show you around here. Here we go. This is a study that I did, a smaller Flying Rainbow Lasagna that is made out of wire armature and vellum. That was an exploration of the best way to use a flat material such as fabric or paper to make a curved shape, because making this curved vortex shape is actually very challenging. There are very few materials that in the physical reality that will make that shape and make it in a satisfactory way. I'm going to show you one more painting. There you go. That's a recent work. So thank you very much for visiting my studio. A little bit more. There you go. And this is a glass etching that I did. I have several glass pieces. And this is another piece from the Bridges conference. And I'm just going to zoom in and end on this so you can see the very fine detail. It's painted down to smaller than a 1/16 of an inch.